Hi, this is Subendu here. Once again, I'm starting new tutorial series, and this time not the modeling, texturing, rigging, animation, etc. This is a totally new tutorial on C#. So now you can build your career using this tutorial from very basics. Means it's a very unit basic, and then we will reach step by step up and go to the advanced stage. So let's start in the part one of this series. So I am starting with the Visual Studio. Then we will go ahead. Okay, thanks. Now first is, if you have already installed Visual Studio 2022. Now I am totally doing on Visual Studio 2022. So to that video studio installer, I am just showing you here. Now it is already open. Now ignore that one first, SQL. I am just using that one, not for this tutorial here. Later I will create a new tutorial on SQL server management, and totally it's a different. So let's start with the Visual Studio Community 2022. If you have already installed, if you don't have that Visual Studio 2022, just install that one and you will get a lots of video installed. Then go to the modify, and you will find this installed lot of things. Don't worry about this Python and this type of Azure development. You have to only focus on the, if you are using C++, then you need desktop development C++. You need only the .NET development for the advanced level. So you can install right now, or you can install later. So .NET development, desktop development, click that one, and we need the Unity version. If you are using Unity, so you must need that one. So ignore that one, just focus on this game development with Unity 3D. And later I will show you without Unity. Okay, I have already installed that one, so I am not installing once again. Just try yourself. Okay, now I have opened the Unity Hub. So if you don't have, please go to see other video for installing the Unity, and you will see lots of video for the installation. Now after you have installed the Unity, you will get this hub. And if you are very new, just go to the create new project. I'm just starting here a totally new project here. Okay, so clicking the new project, then window will appear. So I'm just using Unity version 6.3.5. It's a LTS. So install the LTS versions of any Unity later. And here organization, put that project name here. So I'm just, project name is Unity 3D C# tutorial. Okay, and I will upload this folder in GitHub. Okay, next my lesson will be desktop, how to create the GitHub, and how to use the GitHub, and how to use that for git ignore, and a large file size, LFS, git LFS. Okay, if you want a Unity Cloud, then you click that one. If you don't need, then you just go with the GitHub. Okay, so creating here, you have to choose which version core you will start with that. So either universal 2D, 3D. If you are doing 2D, then you can click here for 2D. If you if you want to use 3D, so universal 3D. And there is also other version, high definition 3D, means it's HD version. Universal, I'm just starting with the universal 3D basics core. Okay, let's start. Click and create. Now after creating, just open that project. It will take time, so I'm going to pause again. Now after opening that Unity, then first you need to go to the to see the project preferences. Go to the preference and see that Visual Studio is integrated or not. So go to the external tools, and then you can find the external script editor. If you are using Visual Studio 2022, then it will mention here. If not, then once again you have to install. If you install the Unity earlier, then it may be not there, Visual Studio. So you have to select from drop down here, and if it is still you are not seeing that anything here, so you need to install again the Unity 3D. Okay, first, this is the very vital thing. And then if you are using big Unity project, then you have to GI cache, you have to increase the GI cache. It's a 2200 500. So clean the cache, it will clean the cache. Okay, now let's start with first visual scripting. Okay, after rearrange all these things, now you can drive into that code, create, right click on the asset, and then go to the create option, and here is the folder. So first let's start with the folder by creating the first folder, scripting. Okay, now I have and then script, go to the scripting, and we can select here MonoBehaviour or other. So I will go to the other classes later. Okay, and I will explain how to do that one by using the Visual Studio. So let's start with the MonoBehaviour script. I'm just starting from here, and I will go to the empty script also. You can go to the empty script also. Okay, so let's start with the MonoBehaviour. Okay, and name is first. Just I am creating a new class here. Enter, pressing the enter, and then it will take time for the first, and then open, double click that first lesson, then it will open in Visual Studio. Okay, and it will open here. You can see here the first lesson. If you have not the arrangement like this one, something different, don't worry, I will start a new lesson on Visual Studio 2022 later. So in that case, I will show you the Solution Explorer and the intelligence of the Visual Studio and arrangement every lot. This is the namespace. What I am using here is the Unity engine namespace. Means namespace is included lots of APIs. Okay, just like if I remove this Unity engine, using Unity engine, you will look that MonoBehaviour is showing the error. Okay, because lots of this namespace included in MonoBehaviour. Start method, this is called the method. I may explain next lesson. I will explain all these things. Okay, what is start and what is update, how it is working. Okay, what is field. This is the main page. So from the next video I will explain the first everything. Okay, till then, bye.